In court, the man suddenly noticed his dad had been a judge for over 40 years, but now couldn't remember the name of a coworker he saw every day. Nobody thought much of it, but the man knew his dad had a photographic memory. At the time he figured it was just a slip, but the next day he was shocked again. The front side of his dad's car was full of scratches. One of the headlights was busted, and yet to his surprise, his dad had no memory of driving the night before. He even accused his sons of damaging the car. The man's doubt grew deeper. He couldn't help but feel something was wrong. He started thinking maybe his dad was sick, but before he could figure it out, the police showed up at the door. Turns out a thug had been hit and killed in the suburbs the night before. There were no cameras at the scene. Only one eyewitness claimed they saw his dad's car around the time of the accident, so the cops suspected his dad was the driver. Just like that, overnight, his dad went from a respected judge to a murder suspect. The man was a lawyer, and he was determined to clear his father's name, but he had no idea this would be the start of his heartbreak, and also the beginning of his redemption. Hank was the kind of lawyer criminals loved. As long as the money was good, he'd do whatever it took to get them off the hook, because to Hank, justice didn't exist, only profit was real. Other lawyers despised him, but Hank couldn't care less. He even bragged that without those scumbags, he wouldn't be living in a mansion or driving a sports car. But just minutes after court began, Hank got a call. It was the kind of news that shatters a man. His mom had passed away that morning. Hank had to ask the judge for a delay. Back home while packing, his wife offered to come with him, but Hank turned her down. Their marriage had already fallen apart long ago. While Hank buried himself in work, his wife had turned to someone else to fill the void. His mom's sudden death forced Hank to return to this distant little town and face his father, who he hadn't spoken to in over 20 years. Unlike Hank, who chased money and status, his father was strict and fair. He ruled cases with integrity. Even the poorest folks got a fair shot in his courtroom. Seeing his dad still so serious and stern, Hank couldn't help but smile. But then in the next second, the old man suddenly froze. He forgot the bailiff's name. Hank knew something was off, but he didn't yet realize this was the first sign that his father was heading down a dark path.